save our Sonics, man. Save our Sonics. I mean, that's something that we like to say out here in Seattle. If you're not from Seattle, what are the Sonics? The Sonics were a basketball team here we had that were taken away from us in 2007. And, I often ask people here in Seattle, what do they do in order to try to get the Sonics back? What do they do? I've heard some people say, I'm going to wear a little bit more green. I'm going to, maybe try to make 10 baskets a day. I've heard people say, I'm going to email some people. I've heard a lot of excuses, or I've heard a lot of reasons why the Sonics should be back. Me, or what am I been doing to get the Sonics back? I mean, I've been using the hashtag #SaveOurSonics. I've been hoping that would help, but haven't seen much progress yet. Maybe I got to do a couple more. Maybe I got to start posting it on LinkedIn. Maybe that will help. Save our Sonics. Anyway, we're here with another episode of DJP. What has been going on this past couple weeks, actually? A lot of stuff been going down. I went down to Phoenix, checked out the Herd Museum. That was great. Saw some cool people. Saw some really cool things. It was the desert, though. I don't know if I could live in the desert. There's been a lot of TikTok going around, TikToks. People walking outside their local Target or Walmart and looking at mountains. And it's like, how do people not notice this? That this is so magnificent and so beautiful. And you know what? I'd like to, I think I've done that almost every time, and I think it didn't really hit me until I started traveling places that didn't have mountains and waters. I remember I went to Denver, and a lot of people are going to disagree with this, but I went to Denver, and Denver to me, man, they have some cool mountains, but it's like the Rocky Mountains. It's not like different. It's not the same mountains like we have out here in Washington. And we went to Denver, and man, I was just like, Denver's like a dollar store Washington, man. Like, same with Portland, and everyone's going to be, the Washington hater, But man, Portland and Colorado are just trying to be Seattle. I just feel like that. And I could be a hater, some people like saying that when they're wrong. But I truly believe that Colorado and Portland are kind of trying to bite. But, I went down to Phoenix, and Phoenix did not give me that vibe. Phoenix it's a desert, and I don't know if I could live there, man. It's hard. There's a lot of stuff going on. There's a lot of cactus growing, spears and stuff. Like, that's a whole new problem you got to worry about when you're in Arizona. It's like, all right, I'm going to walk through these plants, but one of them could poke you. Like, I was at the Herd Museum, and I was just walking around, and I thought this big plant was like an aloe plant. That's my intuitive thinking. And I backed up, and it hit me right in the back of my thigh. And it was a spiky plant. And that didn't feel that good. But, I'm okay. I didn't cash no settlement or nothing. It didn't even hurt. It was just like an alarm. Basically felt like. Washington, you got to worry about sticker bushes, like blackberry bushes and stuff, and that's kind of a pain. But you know what? If you have pants on, you could pretty much walk through them. But over there, you can't walk through a cactus, So yeah, I mean, it didn't really affect me. I can kind of feel my old man strength kicking in a little bit. Day by day, I feel like it's creeping. It's around the corner somewhere. Someone probably still using their old man strength, and I'll get the leftover of it until I get of age. They're probably in aisle 7 of Safeway. Still figuring out what their wife wants or something. But it will come to me here soon. Old man strength always comes. And, I'm 25 now, so we'll see the 25 strength coming in. I started seeing a lot of people around 25 start giving that advice to high schoolers, and I was just like, this guy don't know. He's too young. I'm like in that age of like, you're too young for me to think that you're really wise, and then I'm too like old to not be like hip. I don't know. Maybe I'm hip. I don't know. I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of hip guys at all ages, hip women at all ages. But yeah, man, you know, like when you were playing basketball and that one guy who's like, you know, he's pretty good, you know, just comes down and starts giving you unsolicited advice at the tournament, man. It's like, oh, and he's wearing a, you know, headband just like this, and he's just like, man, you gotta drive down, you gotta get the rebound, and you gotta make your free throws. It's like, we all know you gotta make your free throws. We all know you gotta hit your rebounds. This advice isn't really helping me much. It's like the advice that nobody really needs. Well, if you want to win, you gotta score more points. We know, you know, like the unsolicited advice, you know, or the guy who has no basketball experience, he's just older than you, just giving you advice like, man, if you just dedicate yourself, like coming out of the huddle, it's like, we know. If you just get the rebound. If you just play the full quarter. If you just hit the backboard. The most common, you know, advice out there, man. Man, basketball was a good time. I remember I would go in there and play, and I think I've told the story before. There's this guy who's he was trying to dunk, and we were actually losing, and I got put in, and I was like, hey, if I'm subbed in, I'm not coming in there and playing like a bum. I'm gonna come in there and play like, you know, it's 0-0, man. That's how it is. I gotta get my minutes somehow, and I'm gonna play. I'm not gonna go out there and mope around. So I went out there, and this guy tried to dunk on me because I'm like the smaller guy on the court. I'm the guard or whatever. Oh hell no, dude! I basically full arm grabbed this guy. I don't care if we're down 20. No one's dunking on me, man. That's your number one advice. I don't care if you're down 21. Some guy tries to come dunk on you. I'm fouling, dude. I you know, oh, that's messed up. No, it's not, dude. You're in any other setting and someone's going to try to come humiliate you, you're just going to let it happen? Oh, sports, man. If someone's trying to be goofy and trying to get laughs, I'm fouling. Say, you know, you could say that's rude. You could say that's mean. It's not happening, dude. It's not happening around me. It's not happening to me. People will be like, oh, man, you got to just let him play. Let him play. Man, I don't know what kind of person I'd be if I just let someone mix me willingly or dunked on me willingly, man. At that point, I'd just be like, you know what? Take my balls while you're at it too, man. You know, yeah, I have 2 of them in the gym bag, man. I got them in the gym and I got them on me. Take them. Oh, dude, I'm fouling. Something about fouling, dude, when someone's trying to humiliate you, it's like, oh, hell yeah. You really thought, huh? And again, you know, I was not the best player in basketball, and I can admit that now that I'm of age. And but you know, I tried hard. That's the good point. All my friends that I pretty much hang out with, are all pretty good at basketball. Dang, yeah, that's pretty cool. I'm gonna give a shout. Yeah, so Rob, Darian, Jess, Mike, John. I gotta give them that. What else is going on? But yeah, man, all my buddies were pretty good at basketball, and that's pretty cool. You know, if I hang out with you on like a pretty regular basis, or I text you pretty often, chances are you're pretty good at basketball. I didn't even realize that, but I guess that's kind of, maybe I need to, you know, I had to come forth with that and say that to you guys. Like, I'm not perfect, you know, but I guess that's a qualification to be one of my friends. I guess decent. If you can dribble a basketball, you can be my friend. If you can't dribble a basketball, I mean, unless you're overage or you're handicapped physically, mentally, that's your excuse. But if you can't dribble a basketball, I don't know if I want to be around you. I'm not saying you have to be all-tourney, all-star, you know, MVP or, you know, D2 basketball guy or D1, you know, but you should at least know how to dribble a basketball. You could even dribble with your head down too. That's fine. Anyways, I was seeing a lot of older people, old man strength out there, and that's what I've been thinking about. And old man strength was in numbers here at General Council, man. Tulalip General Council just happened, and people were voting, and there's new board of directors, and oh man, there was record amount of people voting, man. That's nuts. You know, congrats to the people who showed up and voted, and that was nuts. But, you know, that's cool. You know, I always used to be like, oh, man, when I turn 18, I can't wait to vote in our general council. Now that it's here, it's kind of like, dang, like, I was almost feeling like a cattle the other day voting. Like, we were in lines and stuff. And I was like, I don't vote for anything else but this. And that felt good, though, you know, to get your voice out there. My vote counted. I mean, I think. Yeah, there's a lot of votes, and there's a lot of people there saying what's up, you know, mingling with people, just saying what's up, how you been. But there was like this room, and it was raffles. And he's like, you can go enter your raffles. There's some prizes there, and the thing is about raffles, you know, they're really awesome. You know, you can help support someone who's doing something. But man, the thing is, I think I'm most thankful for about these raffle boards is like it's just the hope that it gets you. You know, not necessarily, I don't think I've ever won a raffle board, but for those 2 days, I think I really am going to win. The hope it brings you is priceless. You know, people say it's $15 a square for you to, you know, win $500. Man, that's $15 for some hope for a couple days. You know, you could translate that hope into like maybe doing some schoolwork, some work, maybe going to the gym. Like, I'll buy a raffle board and square, and I'll be like, man, I'm about to go work out today. I got some bills I got to pay. And then I'm thinking about like, well, when I get that $500, you know, that hope, man, that hope is different. Or like people start like moving space around in their house, say like, oh yeah, you win these beaded earrings in this raffle. It's like, all right, I'm going to move my stuff around, move my earrings. Then they'll go right there. You know, that's what people start doing when they win that raffle board. But yeah, that hope, man, hope. HOPE. I remember when we were in 8th grade too, Obama was running for president. And there was those colors. It was like the blue, red, and portrait, and it would say hope under it. I thought those were dope. I think Obama was able to sell some of those posters. And I think I had some Go Obama glasses too. I think I'm kind of showing my political side here by saying that, but that's fine. People kind of do that subconsciously, even if they don't say they're Democrat or Republican. They show it. But yeah, man, those raffles, man, I never win. And Pullman and Syracuse. So for those of you who don't know, I was at Wazoo for my undergrad, and there's like a big 32 best bar towns in the country. And it was from Barstool, and they did a vote, and Pullman ended up losing in the championship round to Syracuse. And, you know, my girlfriend's family went to Syracuse, some of them, and they got their degrees there. So I'm not going to talk no crap about Syracuse. But, man, I was pretty butthurt. And, you know, the thing is, here's my thing about Syracuse. You know, Syracuse, I think, is their mascot's the orange. I just don't know if I could be going to school that's an all orange team. Like, I like red. I do like red as like a color for a school. I've never gone to a school that was blue. All the schools I've gone to were either green or red. And I feel like those are pretty popular colors, especially out here in the Northwest. I mean, I know green's pretty popular. That's the thing also, too. I've been also looking at green in a different way. I don't know what it is, but I'm feeling like I'm getting older where I'm starting to admire green just a little bit more. I'm like, you know, oh, that dark green, that looks nice. I used to never do that. Maybe I'm deterring or backing away from certain colors. You know, there's this one time, I actually know the exact date. It was my cousin Corinne's birthday party. And I know my buddy John's probably listening to this, and he was there, so I know he'll be able to remember this. I was wearing a bright yellow long sleeve shirt. I don't know what that was all about. You know, I liked the color. I wore the shirt, and I haven't worn that shirt since. I think it's because like I saw myself in the picture, not even at the party, just like that day. Maybe I took like a picture. I was just like, damn, I really thought the yellow long sleeve was the move. I'm trying to think of people who wear yellow long sleeves. I think the only people who wear yellow long sleeves are probably people who were like going to like a SpongeBob convention. Maybe people who are wearing the banana Halloween costumes and they have the long yellow sleeves. Maybe that baseball team that's in California, that's all yellow, like the Bananas. I think they wear probably yellow long sleeves. Other than that, I don't know. Maybe some Steeler fans underneath their black jackets and their jersey. I don't know. I don't know who wears yellow long sleeves. But I'm definitely part of the crew, I guess. Yeah. So if you guys ever wear yellow long sleeves, send it into the pod. Let me know what it looks like. Here's the thing too. The yellow shirt that I had, t-shirt, long sleeve, had nothing on it. It was no designs. Like if it was like a Laker long sleeve, oh, that's another one. Laker long sleeve. But like there was nothing on the shirt. That's what was kind of like, oh, dang. He's just wearing the yellow shirt. It was like a generic t-shirt on 2K. That's what it felt like. Yeah, man, yellow t-shirt. I mean, I've had my fair share of clothes as much as anyone has. I'm actually in the mode of like spring cleaning right now, trying to get rid of a whole bunch of stuff because, I don't know, I don't like having stuff in the house. You know, like nobody likes extra stuff because I also think about it too, like, dang, when I move, I got to move all that. Oh, dude, that does not sound fun. Moving right now. Imagine like all the stress you're thinking of right now and then adding moving to it. I know some people are out there moving and, oh, dude, I moved a lot as a kid. Like probably 9 times. And that's like as much as like a Navy, like someone in the military would move. But we moved and I started getting good at it, man. I started having like my room ready. And that could be like, damn, people are probably like, damn, that's sad. It's like, you know, you could look at it like that, but it's also like kind of cool to like not have a whole bunch of stuff. And you just like accustom yourself to where you are. So if you're in a place with lots of room, you're going to use that room. But if you're not, you know, you're not gonna. And it was always nice, like moving from a smaller place to a bigger place, and you get more stuff. But then at the same time, it's like, dang, like then you just start using all that space. And I know I'm rambling right now, and I should stop. But yeah, there's been some stuff going on, man. There's a lot of stuff going on in sports, a lot of stuff going on in the world. A lot of people are saying the Saturn thing. I don't know if you guys heard about the Saturn thing. But Saturn's like messing up stuff, man. It's like marking new beginnings for people. And that's something. You know, how can like Saturn be controlling us, man? Like Saturn's far away and it's still controlling. I don't know what that's all about. But maybe it's like the rings they have around them. Maybe that's like helping them out somehow. I used to think Saturn was a really cool planet. I used to think Jupiter was my favorite planet. I actually did a report on Jupiter. And it's like, if you were to drop anywhere near Jupiter, like as soon as you stepped foot onto the gas of Jupiter, it would like crush you instantly because of the gravitational pull or whatever. I just think planets are pretty cool. Like, you know, my science teacher would always be like, what are you interested in? And I never really said the stars, but I guess astrology counts for planets. Because there's no, like, I don't think there's planetology or nothing. So I was always like, I really like planets and learning more about the planets. And they'd always be like, oh, you should make a diagram. And I think I usually would. I never did the volcanoes. Never did the baking soda and volcano. Never did that. But I did do the planets one. I also did have to make these biomes. You guys know what a biome is? A biome is like like tundra, forest, desert. So we had to make biomes, and I made one for when I was at private school for like a quarter, and I made it really nice, and I got an A on it, and I was like, let's go. And I don't know if it could have been at a random school, but I thought I was really proud of it. But I also did get this stuff the night before with my mom, and my mom was kind of like, ooh, was not happy. You know, the three things I think that make your mom upset, and I'll name them right here. The three things that can make your mom upset is telling her the night before that you have to go get art supplies for a school project, not defrosting the chicken before they get off work, and probably those are the two things. You want to make your mom happy, make sure the chicken's defrosted if you're living at home, and make sure you don't ask her for school projects supplies right before the deadline. Other than that, I think you're pretty good. You know, my mom did a pretty good job raising my brother and I, but I do know not to ever do those things again. That's for sure. I'm actually also on like hour 6 of juicing. Like, so basically in the juices, it's just celery, apples, kale, ginger, lemon. And then in the red ones, it's beets, apples, celery, carrots, sweet potato. And then another one after this recording, I'm going to be drinking orange, which is just apples and carrots and turmeric. And right now I'm kind of sweating. I don't know if that's from the heat or if that's from the juicing. Regardless, I'm feeling good. I got some energy going. And I also been keeping stuff in my girlfriend got me this journal. Been writing down to do stuff. I gotta pay a bill after this too. Anyways, what have you guys been up to? I need to hear a story. I need you guys to call into the hotline 425-320-3641. It's been a while since I heard a voicemail. Always super interested to see what people are going to call in and say. So I guess I should give you a question to answer. Man, you know, before, like a long time ago, we did that. What is your most go-to drink at the gas station? And a lot of people were saying, you know, Arizona's and Slush Puppies and Snapple, I think, made it. Red Bull, Gatorade. But yeah. So if I were to ask you guys something else, like when you guys think of going into a grocery store, what is the thing you run out of most? And I know this might be a kind of a lame question, but I'll probably think of another one. But because I feel like my girlfriend drinks a lot of coffee, and we're always out of half and half. That just runs out the fastest out of anything. And then the next thing I would probably say, you know, bread lasts a long time. It's just the proteins. I'll actually scratch that. Just send me like your favorite story from the res, man. Anything. It could be a native tournament, powwow, anything. Just anything that's ever happened on a res that was funny to you, call it in. 425-320-3641. You know, if you were out partying, you're out having a good time, you know, a ceremony that you could talk about. You know, maybe you got pushed out of a car and it was funny now because you're best friends with the guy who pushed you out of the car. Maybe you're friends with your, I don't know, someone who pulled your hair. I don't know. Send me in a story, man. I want to hear them. I want to hear them all your good ones. Or maybe, yeah, I was sewing all night and, you know, sewed the wrong thing on. You know, the person said they wanted green, and I sewed this thing all night. I sewed this ribbon skirt with blue, and I ended up putting green on it, and they ended up liking it more. Something like that. Oh, man, I got a story before you guys leave. So most of my stuff in my place is kind of IKEA, and that's fine. I don't mind it. I don't mind building it. But here's what happened. Long story short. Actually, I'll just give you guys a long story. My brother came over and we went to IKEA together. He has a bigger car, so we had to go in there. And I show up and I say, hey, I'm here to pick up my bed frame. And the guy goes, oh, it's not available till tomorrow. And I was like, damn it. The guy's like, oh, well, we have it in stock. I can go put it together. I just need 10 minutes. So I walked around IKEA, and they try to trap you in IKEA. Like when you go there, they try to get you to go through the maze. But I didn't. I just walked around, and then I cut through and went through the shortcuts, and then I got out. Anyway. Get down there, get the bed frame, drive it back to my place, move the old bed out, start building the new one. It took about an hour, put it all together, and then I put my bed on, and guess what? I've been thinking I had a full-size bed for like 4 years now, and I have a queen-size bed. So I have a bed frame that is too small for my bed. Oh, so basically think about it. It's like, you're laying on it and your feet are up high, which is good for your back, technically. Chiropractors tell you to do that. But that's what's going on. So I need to get a new bed frame. But it's better than my old one, man. Oh, man. Yeah. So yeah, that's what's been going on over here. Not much really super exciting kind of stuff, but yeah, hit me up on the hotline 425-320-3641. Also hit me up on socials, TikToks, Instagram, Facebook. If you guys are ever wanting to come on the show, you guys are like, yo, Dom, you never hit me up to come on the show. It's like, hit me up too, man. I don't know. I've had some people say, hey, I'd love to be on the pod. And I've also had some people say, hey, I only want to be a listener. And that's fine. But if you are one of those people who want to be on, slide up, let me know. I'm always interested. Or you got something you want to plug or you share, send me a message, man. I'm all ears. Anyways, but hope everyone's, living in that good way, doing the things, man, and doing good. Anyways, I'll see you guys next week. So, bye.